Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to episode 3 of the Football Manager 2018 Arsenal Career Mode. A quick look there at the finances. Feel free to pause it if you want to see exactly how much we have got and how much we've got to spend. Right now we're going to be starting off today's episode with a little bit of a talking with Iwobi. I believe he wants a new contract, so we need to get that sorted as soon as possible. So I think we will be able to offer him that shortly. Here we go. He wants a new contract, so we'll get Iwobi signed up if we can, of course. He is one of our only left wingers in the side. We do have Danny Welbeck who can play on the left wing, but I think Iwobi is our main one right now. So we want to get him signed. He's only young as well, and he plays pretty decently on Football Manager. So let's try and get this sorted, and hopefully he accepts first time. Not sure how much he's on right now. 30k, is that what it said? 30k? Okay. Well, we'll offer you a little bit more. We'll double it. Suggest. Oh, it's orange. We don't want to see that. We'll lower it a little bit. I'm hoping that this doesn't ruin things. We're going to give him a longer contract as well, but he's not happy with that whatsoever. So he's not signing a new contract with Arsenal, at least not yet. Maybe we can get that sorted. It's not too drastic right now. It's not too soon that his contract ends. So it's not something we need to worry about just yet. But here is the first action of the game. It is against the top side in the Premier League right now, Manchester City. They have played 3 games. They've won all 3. So they are going to be the favourites going into this one. But of course, Arsenal are unbeaten themselves as well. There are the lineups then. Kind of similar. A little bit more defensive there from Manchester City. They're playing with a CDM in Fernandinho. And we are using Ozil as a cam, so I'm sure those two players are going to be battling it out quite a lot there in the middle of the field. So 2 minutes in, no action to speak of just yet. We are going to progress on into the 20th minute of the match, and it is Arsenal in possession, pushing forward. A chance there for Ozil. Unlucky though, couldn't get his shot off. Manchester City did clear it, but Arsenal back on the attack again. Cross comes in, and it is Alex Iwobi, the man who has just rejected a deal with Arsenal. He gets the goal scoring underway, his first goal of the game. And now Manchester City looking to level things up just before half time, and they do exactly that. It is their new... Oh no, actually it's been ruled offside. It was Aspas, the new signing, who put the ball into the back of the net, but it was ruled offside. So Arsenal still in front, 1-0. Just over an hour played now here at the Emirates Stadium. It's been mostly Arsenal. Manchester City have had most of the possession but City again in possession. A possible counter-attack is on here for City, and here is Raheem Sterling. Goes for the shot wide of the Arsenal goal, and Arsenal looking good here for the 3 points. If we could just hold on, it'd be a good victory. Remember, it will be the first drop points for City as well, and there is a simple finish in the end. Mkhitaryan, he scores for Arsenal. That one will count. It's now Arsenal 2, Manchester City 0. And City look like they're going to be losing the first points of the season as Arsenal go through again, this time with Danny Welbeck. But the goalkeeper made a good save, and Arsenal have a corner. Can we take advantage from the corner? No, we cannot. Nicely cleared away there by Manchester City. Into the final 15 and into the final couple of minutes now. In fact, we're into added time here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal holding on to a nice 2-goal lead, and if we can go without conceding, that will be even better. But it is going to be a late free kick here for Manchester City, and he's not even going to have time to take it, so I don't think he'll be very happy with that, but we will be happy with the result. Arsenal take the 3 points, 2-0. Iwobi and the new signing Mkhitaryan getting in on the goals for Arsenal, and that was a big win there for Arsenal. Chelsea also dropped points, so they drew 0-0 with Stoke. Manchester United, they won their game, so too did Tottenham. And Derby County won theirs. Reece Nelson currently on loan at Derby County, of course. Let's have a quick look at the Premier League table then. After 4 games, Newcastle United sit top of the table, level on points with Chelsea and Arsenal. And they are the only 3 teams. No, actually Tottenham are in there as well, who are still unbeaten. But Tottenham have only won 1 game. They've actually drew 3 so far. Look at Liverpool in the bottom 3. They are still searching for their first win of the season. They played 4, drew 2, and lost 2 as well. Sorry. So very, very interesting start to the season. Hopefully Arsenal can keep up with their good form. Mkhitaryan and Jack Wilshere both in the team of the week there for Arsenal, which is nice to see. Javier Hernandez and Llorente, the 2 strikers. And Iwobi, He wants to discuss personal matters because of his importance to the team, because he scored that goal against City. He thinks he's a big important player now. But we did try and offer him a contract before, so we're going to do it again. Hopefully this time it gets all sorted, and we'll pretty much offer him whatever he wants straight away, just so there's no to and fro. We don't want to be sat here negotiating for the whole series. But that's pretty much what he wants, so we're going to offer him a little bit more, still trying to get him on that longer contract. He doesn't want the longer contract. We'll offer him a little bit more money and maybe he'll accept it. There we go, finalise the deal, and that is going to be Iwobi tied up then for an extra period at Arsenal, which is what we wanted. So let's head into our first European game of the season. Remember, this is the Europa League for Arsenal, and we've been drawn up against Freiburg in the first game of the season, and hopefully we can start off our European campaign with a solid start. We're in good form at least. We've had a cracking start to the season, already picked up our first piece of silverware in the Community Shield, and we've just beat Manchester City 2-0 in the Premier League as well when they were unbeaten. We are going to change things slightly though, go a little bit defensive in midfield with El Nene, and everybody else pretty much is sure of their start because of the injuries that we've currently got in the side. Danny Welbeck started as a striker because both Aubameyang and Lacazette are currently out injured. But I think Lacazette is not too far away from coming back, and then hopefully he'll be starting to bang in the goals for Arsenal. Now, but this is his first season at Arsenal, and that is not the start that we wanted. Freiburg have an early penalty here, less than 4 minutes played, and the German side at home. And there we go, first goal of the game, first goal of the European campaign for Freiburg, and things are not started well here for Arsenal after a cracking result at the weekend. We need to pick things up, otherwise we're going to be seeing our first defeat of the season. Here is Alex Iwobi then, just signed a new contract with Arsenal, plays it backwards there for Monreal. Now Mkhitaryan sees Bellerin on the far side, loads of space Bellerin was in. Can we get it back out to him? El Nene in the side there for Mkhitaryan, who crosses far post. Iwobi in the middle, and there was Mkhitaryan to score yet again. 2 goals in 2 games for him now. He's had a good start to his Arsenal career, hasn't he? That bumps him up to an 8.5 rating now as we approach the end of the game. It does look like this one is going to be ending all square. Arsenal have had most of the shots in this game. Freiburg, though, surprisingly, having most of the possession. But we'll take a draw away from home in the first game of the European campaign. It's not too bad. Freiburg are probably the favourites to go up, as well as Arsenal to qualify for the knockout stages. So not a bad result. We've still got plenty of games to go on and win the group. And as long as we can win against Freiburg in the return tie as well, of course. And there is the final whistle. So second game of today's episode ends in a draw. Still unbeaten so far this season. So I'm very happy with the way that we've started with Arsenal so far this series. And let's just see at the other results for the Premier League. We are back at the weekend. Chelsea again dropping points, Liverpool dropping points, but look at that, Newcastle United, who were top, absolutely got stuffed by West Ham United 6-1. Tottenham, they also scored 6 goals, so plenty of goals this weekend, and now it just means that Burnley and Manchester City have got to play their game, and City, as you see at the bottom of there, they won 1-0. So now it is another big game here for Arsenal. We are at home taking on Manchester United, who have had not the best of starts to the season, you have to say. They've won 2, drew 1 and lost 1, I believe, which sees them in mid-table. But I think if we can win this game against Manchester United, that will see us back at the top. Yes, it will. We will go back to the top of the Premier League table, clear by 1 point, and one of only 3 teams who remain unbeaten, along with Chelsea and Tottenham, of course. Let's see. Here is the lineup. It's very, very packed there in the midfield for Manchester United, and this is Alexis Sanchez's first return back to the Emirates Stadium since joining United, and Mkhitaryan, of course, plays against his former club, as well as Danny Welbeck too. Let's see how we get on. We've got Jack Wilshere playing alongside Aaron Ramsey in the middle of the park there for Arsenal, so hopefully they can do a job. Iwobi has picked up a knock as we are into the second half now. To be fair, it's been very, very tight. Not many chances for either side, but there was a chance there, and unluckily couldn't get it on target. We're going to be taking out Iwobi. Going to risk putting Lacazette in. Hopefully he has a little bit of firepower to try and claim us the win here. Still isn't fully fit from his injury, but we are giving him the faith. Hopefully we can do some magic here. Just over 10 minutes remaining, still goalless here at the Emirates Stadium. We had a great result against Manchester City, and Mkhitaryan, he scores yet again, 3 goals in 3 games. That man is on fire. Great assist as well by, who was it? Jack Wilshere was who assisted him. And Mkhitaryan scoring against his former club. Is it going to be the only goal of the game? There's time running out now for Manchester United. And get this one clear, please, boys. Man United trying to apply the final pressure of the game. And good interception there from Mkhitaryan yet again. He's got to be the man of the match. Also pushing forward, looking for a second goal. Lacazette, good save there from David De Gea. Good chance for Arsenal to double their lead. But unfortunately, the goalkeeper keeps us out there again. So 2 good saves there from David De Gea. And we've only made the 1 change so far this game. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be enough now. Maybe one last attack here for United. Good interception, and there blows the final whistle. Arsenal in control from the start, really. Look at the amount of shots. 23 shots, 54% possession. And what a game it was. Great result there for Arsenal. Another 3 points, which means we are still unbeaten. We do have the Carabao Cup coming up now. As you see, some games have already been played, and actually Liverpool have been knocked out against Peterborough. That is a big shock. We faced Manchester City, as you may remember from the last episode. We got drawn up against Manchester City. We are away from home. We did beat them just a week ago, again 2-0, sorry. But this one is going to be a little bit difficult because we obviously are going to be playing a slightly lesser side, put in some of the youngsters, some of the second string players. Hopefully they can do the job, but you never know what kind of side Manchester City are going to be putting out. We're going to be putting Joe Willock in there. Ospina, he's going to be our cup goalkeeper, of course, as Arsene Wenger does that in real life as well. Jose Jimenez, we're going to put Kolasinac in there. El Nene, who else? Lacazette, do you think is fit to start? I don't know whether to risk him just yet. I think I need him more for the Premier League and European games. Remember, I don't think the board are too bothered about the Carabao Cup, so we don't really have to concentrate too much on it. So if Manchester City do go on and beat us, it's not going to be the end of the world. And in fact, if we do get knocked out, then at least we can rest players for when the other teams are playing in this competition. We're just getting all these instructions set correctly, just so they're mostly on green, the best that we can do at least. And Danny Welbeck's not really a striker, but I don't want to be risking Lacazette just yet. Still got quite a few injuries in there. I think that is going to be it, boys. We've got Willock playing as a cam. We've got Mkhitaryan on that right side. Iwobi on the left. El Nene back in midfield there for Arsenal. Starting Chambers as well, of course, in the middle of defence, alongside Jimenez, the new signing. And there is the Manchester City lineup. Pretty strong lineup, you have to say. Well, let's see how we get on. 1 shot for each side so far. Maybe, oh no, I was going to say maybe Manchester City's just edging it there with the stats. But Danny Welbeck, he's been injured, so we've had to put on Lacazette, which I didn't really want to do for the Carabao Cup. But at least it does give him game time going into the weekend's game. Let's see, come on, we need to defend this corner. Corner comes in. Oh, did that take a deflection? It did take a deflection off Hector Bellerin. And Manchester City take the lead. 25 minutes played. It is 1-0 to the home side. Maybe Arsenal can push forward here though with Bellerin. He just loses out there to Jose Gaya. And now Company back to his goalkeeper, playing very, very cautiously here at the back of Manchester City. And they've actually given the ball away. Lacazette plays out wide for Mkhitaryan, who's looking for his 4th goal in his 4th game in a row. Can he get it? Here's Ramsey then playing it back onto that far side. Great run there for Bellerin. We've got people running in the middle, and that is nicely laid off there by Bellerin. He set up Lacazette in the middle of the area, and it was a simple finish there. It's nice to see him getting on the score sheet. He is now back from injury. We're hoping he doesn't pick up any more injuries, and we are very, very close now to the second half. And at the end of the first half, Manchester City have actually gone through there and taken the lead yet again. It was Leroy Sané this time with the tap-in, giving City the 2-1 lead. So into the second half, as you can see, we are approaching the final minute of the game, and City are still in front by 2-1. It looks like they are going to be the ones progressing through to the next round of the Carabao Cup, which, as I said at the start of the game, isn't the biggest worry in the world for us. And I don't think the board are too bothered about this competition. There is the final whistle then. It is City who claim the victory. They go through. Arsenal are out, and that is our first loss in our career so far. But we won't worry about that too much. We do have Premier League action coming up shortly. Here are some other Carabao Cup ties. Chelsea, they get through. Giroud getting the only goal of the game there. Arsenal going out as well. Manchester United are through. And remember, Peterborough did beat Liverpool as well in that cup tie. That was a big shock for that round. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.